This is the self-titled podcast of the Golf in Japan website, where you can check essential information in English about golfing in Japan, including more than 2,000 courses. We can help you book your round and make the whole process a whole lot easier. So check out golf-in-japan.com and start planning your Japan golf trip today.
Titleist Club Fitting, the fastest way to better. With a player-focused philosophy on fitting, Titleist offers a range of club fitting experiences from drivers to wedges. Your Titleist fitting specialist, thanks to an unmatched selection of products and technology, along with a wealth of fitting knowledge, will provide you with tour-quality fitting experience that can provide immediate benefits for your game. You can experience a fitting in English while in Japan. Just go to the Golf in Japan website and click on the Titleist banner. Or check the link in the description of this podcast. Titleist, the fastest way to better.
Golf in Japan. Damon beat me at golf yesterday.
Again.
I was 1 up, 3 to play, and then he did birdie.
Did you really?
And I did par.
Where did you play?
We shan't talk about the rest of it.
Narashino.
Wow. Yeah. Which course? The King was King
We
or the
played
Queen?
Queen.
The Queen.
And what
It
are the
was
last two
hard,
holes?
man.
Yeah, it was hard yesterday.
Beginner's
Yeah.
luck.
It's not about losing balls over there. It's about, like, there's no OBs. You're in the trees.
In
And
the you can't get out.
they're really mature and everything. So you're just losing shots off left,
I
right,
got to
centre.
say, you were a bit of a magnet to the trees yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
Birdie finish. Damon.
Birdie, and then whatever he got in the last, which
Yeah.
didn't matter. Because
It didn't matter.
Okay.
It was already
Oh,
done.
clutch. Well done.
Yeah, good birdies too.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good quality shots coming in. So well done, Damon. So anyway, let's do welcome. Welcome, Joe.
Nice to be back.
Where were you?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you?
I haven't been anywhere, actually.
So, you're talking
No,
about...
nice to be back in this office because I'm not part of this crew, but it's
always
always nice to be
back in the office.
back in. Yeah, it's got beautiful views.
I haven't been here for a while either.
it's
Brian,
nice.
how are you?
Doing very good. Yeah.
And Mr. Damon, I know how you're doing. You're doing really well.
Pretty good after the big win yesterday.
1,000 big ones. You did lose the because we had a couple of games at the same time, and he did lose the skins, the team
The
skins.
team skins.
Yeah, so it ended up cancelling each other out.
Who
So it's
else?
all good.
Who else played?
Yep. Shout out to Julian. Thanks for that.
Oh,
mate.
sorry, Julian from Bulgaria
Yeah.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Julian from Bulgaria Hotel, and
Yeah, he's a great guy.
the Royal and Ancient, Matt Nielsen.
Yep.
Players,
Okay,
good
I
mate of
don't
mine.
know, Matt.
Yeah. Okay, cool. This is the Christmas episode, boys, because I don't think we'll do one next week because we're too close to the.
To Christmas.
I'm heading off. Oh, look at this guy.
Oh, goodness.
Oh God.
Good.
Very
Right?
prepared.
So,
It's a good look.
Ho.
are you all staying in Japan, or is anyone going home?
Yeah, I'm staying.
I'm
Yeah, I'll
going
be
back.
here.
Are you going back?
Yep. Just decided. Yeah.
Yep.
10 days.
Nice.
Bon
Be short,
voyage.
but whatever.
Yep.
I'll be playing golf in about 2 weeks from now, actually, and in sunny Okinawa.
That's right. We covered that.
Oh,
didn't we?
yes.
Yeah. But to cover
Lucky
costs,
bugger.
we're flying on Christmas Day just to try to keep costs down when people don't want to fly on that day. So neither do I. But it's a good time to travel if you want to pinch pennies.
Good on you.
Going back home to Ireland is the opposite. Because I have to go through the UK or whatever, it's sky high. It's absolutely sky
Is it?
high.
Yeah.
Yep.
Christmas Day specifically, or I mean, like this time,
Anytime around
it's so
Christmas.
expensive anyway. Probably worldwide. But
The closer you get to Christmas, the more expensive it is, I would say. Was Australia the same? Must be.
Very expensive. I think this is the first Christmas I haven't gone back to Australia since 2002. So I
Really?
decided to stay this time. I might go back in. I will go back in January to see mum and dad and everybody. But yeah, just a little bit hard and a little bit expensive to go back to Oz at the moment.
You know what's weird about Christmas in Japan? The way they do Kentucky Fried Chicken. Were we talking about that last time?
Yeah.
We were.
Yeah.
My goodness. it's so
finger
strange.
licking good.
The ads have started on TV now. It's all Kentucky
Already.
Fried Chicken ads. Real Christmassy.
You're not allowed to call it Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore, are you? You've got to call it KFC. I think they had a rebranding, didn't they? Because of the fried. I think the fried bad connotation. So they decided to turn it into KFC. But you said I looked like the Colonel Sanders, didn't you?
You do. I don't think
Your glasses are making
The
me
glasses,
Your
the
glasses
beard.
are making me hungry.
you need to wear one of those little.
Oh, yeah, there was like a what did he? Yeah, that's right.
Whatever.
You know what I miss about or what I don't like about Japan with Christmas is the 24th used to be a national holiday, and it's not anymore.
Oh, was it?
Oh, the Emperor's birthday.
Yeah, but I think they changed it or something like that, which is a real bummer.
Well, the
because it
Emperor
was nice.
changed.
Yeah, it was nice having. Well, yeah, but the king is
That's
the king.
right.
The king of kings is still the king, right?
Do you think Christmas has become more of a thing here? over the years that you've all been here? I mean, is it...
It goes up and down. I'd feel
does
like
it?
it's less so now than it
Oh,
was.
is it?
Yeah, like and Halloween is on the rise.
Well, Halloween's nuts here now. Yeah.
It's hard to know. I've only been here a couple of years, but
Oh, it's definitely bigger than it was when I
yeah,
first
for
came.
sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
It's really the date night. So it's like Valentine's Day. It's a hallmark kind
Yeah,
of
isn't
occasion
it?
where you would go for, you know where you go to Roppongi and you look at Roppongi Hills Christmas illumination. So they have this one street.
yeah.
It's not very long, but they cover all the trees in unbelievable lights and it looks really, really good. And you go there on a date night. So it's freezing and you walk around, take a few snaps of Tokyo Tower and in the background and Roppongi Keyakizaka Street. And then you go for a date night. That's Christmas here.
I've heard it described in the inverse to New Year's, at least in America, where like New Year's in America is for couples. Like, you go out, you got to kiss at the at the countdown, and then you party on New Year's Eve or whatever. But then in America, Christmas is for the families. I assume it's the same for you guys. But in Japan, it's the inverse, where Christmas is for couples and New Year's is for the family.
So true. Very commercialized, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think do kids get Christmas presents if they're Japanese?
Only kids, like they don't give to their parents. Parents don't exchange presents, but I think most kids will get a gift on Christmas until they get to maybe elementary school.
Yeah, and
So-
then
But all of your kids are going to celebrate. You all celebrate Christmas, don't you?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, just
You gotta
regular.
do it.
Yeah.
Love it.
As my wife says, it's Christmas and birthday every day.
Would be being married to you.
Here we go.
Well, that's a compliment, isn't it?
It is.
Thank you,
Yeah, it
Jay.
is. Every
Well,
day
I'm
is
going to turn
Christmas.
over a new leaf in
There's-
2025. It
There's a
starts
great
today.
song.
Well,
It'll be nice to you, Damon.
Koibito wa Santa
Don't know if I like that.
Claus.
What does that mean?
This is my lover is Santa Claus. So
That's a song?
Yeah. It's a very famous Japanese song about Christmas, and it describes Damon's wife's situation. I think her lover is Santa Claus because he's giving her gifts all year round.
Okay.
The gift of Damon.
Yeah. He is a giver.
Okay, well, let's talk a bit about golf, shall we? Even though things are kind of winding down. But as you can see from the background of Damon and Ryan,
perfect golf weather.
it's perfect golf weather.
It
It's
is too.
16 degrees today. I walked down with just a very tasteful Golf in Japan quarter zip on and a shirt underneath.
I've got the hat on.
Fantastic.
I still got my life preserver on.
Even inside.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Just be sure to rub the microphone against it a few times.
And he's
there.
got a jumper. He's got a jumper. Yeah. Wow, amazing. But, big thing we should cover in golf first. Should we talk about the new sponsor of ZOZO? So I had Murray Building. You guys said it was going to be Uniqlo. And it ended up being
Baycurrent.
Baycurrent, who we'd never heard of.
No.
No disrespect to Baycurrent. Apparently they were a junior sponsor in the ZOZO last year.
Not even a junior. They were like subbers. They're pretty high up
Oh, really?
for about 3-4 years. We didn't even look at that.
I've never heard of the
Never
name
heard of
before.
it.
How ironic is that like, the sub-sponsor, like, they don't get any attention or play? It's
true.
So we went, after the podcast last week, we went over to the press conference and they have 2 floors with a staircase in between the floors in Azabudai Hills, which is like the newest, flashiest office in Tokyo, and huge space. And we had, obviously the president, vice president of the company, and then we had some PGA Tour, head of Asia, and so on. And then in walks Hideki Matsuyama,
Yep.
Hitsatsune, and who was the other lad?
The Hoshino?
Hoshino, yeah. And they did a press conference, which was quite cool, and it was interesting. We did put up something, just a little post on Golf in Japan, but so let's see what's going to happen. And it's in Yokohama Country Club, which we knew was happening. That leaked.
Yep, that's going to be a great tournament, though. So they've got
totally.
2 courses there. Is it the west and east?
Yep.
Joe?
Yep. Yeah, it is.
So they're going to do a composite, but 16 holes of the west and 2 of the east.
Yeah.
So
And it's 10 minutes from Yokohama Station. So
Yeah.
Yokohama is a pretty cool place. It's got lots of nice atmosphere and bars and restaurants,
great
hotels.
nightlife, great
Yeah.
nightlife, hotels, everything.
Yep. And then if you don't like that, you're like 20 minutes from Tokyo, which is fantastic. So the players will certainly...
I think they'll enjoy it. It's a better golf course, I think. Not taking anything away from Narashino. It's a good golf course
Very
too,
different
but
course.
yeah, very different. But it's held I think it was a Japan Open. I might have said that last time. At Yokohama. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's a really good test.
So you guys were just at Narashino, yesterday. Like, how would they feel about this? I mean, is it kind of like a bummer for them, or are they kind of like, you don't have to deal with this anymore? Or, I mean, I imagine they're not thrilled about it, but
Narashino have got members.
Yep.
Yes, I do, yeah.
So I think it would probably be the members would enjoy it not being there because it takes away. I mean, they've probably for the week of the tournament. Obviously, they can't play, and maybe a week or two leading up to it, they can't play. So I think the members are always enjoy tournaments not being at their golf course, but I don't know otherwise.
I guess they lose a bit of prestige, but
I agree, and a lot of money because they've just recently, redone all the clubhouse and everything, and a lot of that sponsor money that comes in obviously goes to the maintenance of the course and all that type of stuff. So if that dries up a little bit, I think it'll definitely affect them somewhat.
they better put up a statue of Tiger as soon as they can, though, to try to
They've
keep
already got that there.
Okay.
mind you, it was packed yesterday. So we're playing in December. There's 2 golf courses going. Every hole we were waiting on the tee box. Every hole. On the par 3s, it was backed up to 3 groups.
Yeah, it's no good.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't seem like it's affected their regular day-to-day operation. So they're still a super popular course. It is a nice course. It's like a beautiful Japanese garden. It's a bit of a pig to get to.
Yeah,
That's the only downside, I would say. Other than that, it's a great experience.
I think it's always been busy too, hasn't it? Even before the tournament, I'd heard that it's always been packed.
Yeah, because it's actually in a built-up area as well in Chiba. So there's lots of locals who want to play there. So you got the locals as well as people coming from Tokyo. So it's I don't think it's going to be affected too much by how many people are playing the course. And of course, there's massive demand from air guys as well.
It's actually not far away from your course, is it, Joe? The Taiheiyo Yechio.
Yeah, not far. Yeah. Yes.
Out with the old, in with the new. Yokohama seems like an upgrade to me. So
Yeah, it's a good spot now.
It is.
It is.
I'm looking forward actually to going there. Hopefully, one of the PGA guys can get us on the course to play it. That'd be awesome. We're not all connected like Joe.
Well, we're all friends with Travis.
Yep,
That's right.
And
We can get a
Travis
game
is
for
going
Travis.
to come out on the show and
That's right.
tell
Yeah.
us about the new course and everything. So
Shout out to Travis. Please get us
shout
on the
out.
course.
Yes, please.
me too.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about golf. I believe, Damon, where are we revisiting?
Well, we actually had a really good comment in from a customer of ours, Brian Mayer. So we've sorted him out before. He had a great time, and he's just let us know he's coming back to Japan. And he's actually made a couple of requests. One, that he wants to see Pro Joe versus KC and me in a YouTube
Let's do it.
golf match. And also throw in Ryan there.
I'll weigh down Joe.
That's what we need.
I'll be sabotaging him, just like walking in front of him. And
Alternate shot? What are we talking? Scramble?
Scramble.
It's got to be a scramble.
It's got to be alternate shot, I think.
So we pick the best drive, and then you both go from there, or
But you have to
alternate
take
shots.
You have to
Alternate
take.
shot would be
You have
funny.
to take 6 shots from each person off the tee, at least.
Yeah, actually,
18 holes.
I played in an event the other day that was really good. We played a scramble, and everybody had to hit 4 tee shots, but everybody also had to hit 4 second shots, which I thought was really good.
Okay.
It just creates a little bit of stress for everybody, but everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, another good rule with that type of scramble is you can't have 3 consecutive shots in a row.
That's right.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So you can get on the green, but then Ryan has to make the putt,
Gotcha.
kind of thing.
Yeah, we could work some sort of format that would be interesting.
So yeah, maybe January coming soon.
Yeah,
so
if the
yeah,
weather stays
the
like
other
this.
thing Brian was asking, he's actually going to be staying out in Honjo, which is just on the outskirts of Saitama, and that borders like Guma and stuff, and asking what good courses are out there. Anybody?
Saitama's a flat prefecture. I mean, as far as prefectures, Japan has a lot of up and down for golf courses, and any golf course I've played in Saitama has always been flat.
Yeah.
Close to Tokyo. Is Koshigaya, did we say, was that in Chiba or Saitama?
That is Ibaragi?
Chiba, it's Koshigaya.
Yeah.
It's right next to Tokyo.
I know where it is, but I think it's Ibaragi.
No.
All right, let me have a look. Anyway, yep. What else?
Is Yomiuri is that members only? Or?
That's members only.
Yeah.
That's not
Is that
that's not Saitama either.
But it's kind of north, right? I thought it was kind of in the area. No.
Could be. I thought that was on the way to Kanagawa.
So we've got I've mentioned this before.
Saitama, you were correct. Yep.
Yeah, our Konan course is in Saitama.
Yep.
Which is the site of they have the secondary tour on the men's Japan tour, hold an event there every year, and we also had the 2015 PGA here. men's tour, played the PGA here. That was won by Adam Bland, who's a left-handed Australian. It's a really good golf course, but Kieran's right. It's pretty flat. It's got some movement to it. The bulldozers have pushed some dirt around to create, some mounds and things like that. But it's a pretty flat track. But it's a really good golf course. I would probably consider it the second or third best amongst the Taheo courses.
He's actually staying out in, like I just mentioned, Honjo. So you probably don't know where that is without looking at a map.
Yeah.
But we've actually got a partner course right near there, the Risol Kita Musashi, which is a really good track.
Yeah.
Yep. Another good one is Kodama Golf Club.
Okay.
And the Okabe Golf Club, which is a PGM, which is also a really good track to go to. So there's good 3 or 4 good courses to visit while you're out there.
Yep.
But again, it just borders right on like Guma and also a little bit of Tochigi as well there. So it really opens you up to a lot of golf courses.
That's right, yeah.
But a place to avoid in summer.
Saitama is
Don't you think?
Too hot.
Yeah.
my image of Saitama is that the golf courses that are there, it's like a continuation of Tokyo. They're a little bit elitist, a little bit, private and maybe very flat. But if you go past that prefecture, as Damon said, then you've got real golf country where there's just tons and tons of golf courses everywhere that you can play. But yeah.
Even in, where is it? Where am I? Is it Guma, Saitama? Guma has like over 70 golf courses. Saitama's got to have similar. I mean, there's just so many golf courses around those areas.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get to. I know from Tokyo, you go out to Kumagaya station, and then there's from Kumagaya to our golf course is sort of 15 minutes in a cab, and that's very accessible from the center of Tokyo. I think you can also get a direct train there from Shinjuku and Ueno, and there's somewhere else as well.
Yeah.
So,
what do you reckon, Kieran? I
accessible.
reckon Taheo should start giving us some sponsorship money. All these shout outs to.
Absolutely. I mean,
I'm
there
just
hasn't
providing
been a
information
podcast.
for the listeners.
Hang on. There hasn't been a podcast go by where we haven't heard the word Taiheo. We
I
do
know.
something. We do this. We're awesome. They're nice golf courses.
Christmas. Supposed to be nice to each other.
Yeah, it is. Happy Christmas, Joe.
There's Romano in the background.
Hey, Romano.
Hey, Romano.
Yeah.
I think this opens up kind of an interesting topic, though. We've talked about a few times where it's like with the return, with Brian as a repeater, it'll be interesting to see as years go by, as golfers maybe explore more and more into Japan as well, like the different, because everyone knows
Definitely.
Tokyo, everyone knows Kyoto, everyone knows Osaka, but there's so much to discover.
Well, we're starting to get repeaters now. So do you want to play the same? Do you want to play the hits or do you want to go something new? So that's, what I would say is first of all, it's if you're on a budget, you want to get off the beaten track because the golf courses are amazing and they're a little bit cheaper. So, and there's so much to discover, different areas, and they're very hospitable and, there's a lot, and if you don't mind doing like onsen and ryokan and that kind of, instead of a traditional, some people are like, it has to be a 5-star Western hotel. Fair enough. But so if you're willing to kind of sleep on a tatami and
A futon
on a tatami and get the real experience, I think you've just got a whole world of opportunities opening up. So yeah.
Cool.
Okay. What else about Saitama are we talking about? Do we have any cultural gems? Come on, Ryan, give us some.
Yeah,
Well,
historical
the
knowledge.
Japanese lovingly refer to Saitama as Dasaitama, which is like,
he had the Dasai Olympics.
yeah, so Dasai means like uncool or like lame. So it's like the lame town, so which is just unfair because Saitama is great for, nature and, it has a lot of outdoor activities and stuff like that. But it's a bit of a, kind of a
Satellite town to Tokyo.
yeah, it's like I want to say I'm not sure how to say, but like a road town in a sense. Like it's just a lot of roads. It's a lot of like
Yeah,
kind of
pass
gas
through it to
stations
get to
and-
somewhere.
Yeah,
People live there and commute to Tokyo. It's as simple as that.
They do.
Isn't it voted one of the worst places to live in Japan?
There is a list that's brought out every year, and it's usually the last 2 spots is between Ibaraki and Tochigi, which is kind of
Okay.
ironic because from a golfer's perspective, they'd be top 5, top 10, because there's golf courses everywhere, 148 golf courses in Tochigi on the last count. But in terms of like, I don't know, hospitals, schools, that kind of different gauges for quality of life, I think they suffer quite badly,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. But for golfers, it's totally different. I would say Saitama, there's not too many available golf courses though. Would that be correct?
No, there is.
That you can play?
Yeah, yep. There are obviously they've got a few private courses, but a lot of them are really accessible.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to play more actually there. Considering it's so close to bloody Tokyo, it'd be great. But I'm always up in Tochigi where Airplace is, so that's my lot in life. Okay, cool. Joe, do we have any professional golf? Oh, P&C is starting this week.
It
Is
is.
Tiger playing?
I think he
do we
is.
know?
Yeah, I think they mentioned it the other day. He is playing.
That's the most important thing in golf. When Tiger plays,
It is.
especially with his son. That's awesome.
Yeah. There's yeah.
Will he take a cart?
I don't know. I think it's
He
a
took
four.
a cart
How many rounds?
previous
It's 4
years.
rounds, isn't it? Is it 4 rounds?
Yeah, but he took a cart previously. Remember when he first banjaxed his? Remember when John Daly and his son Little John won?
Oh yeah,
And Tiger, he was definitely in a cart that time, and they came second.
yeah.
With
But I
young
think
Charlie.
it's probably why he's playing, because he can get around. Because that's just what holds him back these days, isn't it? Just the walking.
Okay.
Speaking of carts and kids, like I saw a video of Trump playing with President Trump with his granddaughter, and she can smack it. But it's kind of interesting because I saw her.
She's a really good player.
Is she like? Yeah, I don't know anything about her besides that one quick video. But she's known in the golf world, or
On YouTube, I think she is. I mean,
there's some
she's
stuff on
really
Instagram.
popular.
Did she play with Bryson or something like
She
that?
did. She played with.
She played with someone famous, didn't she?
She played with a good. I know they played with her. Maybe Broad Havett.
And she's good.
That as well. But
She's
she's
good,
got like a couple of million viewers or something. Or
Wow.
followers.
But what
subscribers.
surprised me was that there was one where she was putting, and like he's like sitting, in the cart, just kind of like watching her. He's old, so he gets away with it. But he's like on the green in the cart.
Did that in
And
Japan?
I've never seen that before. Yeah.
What was the golf course he drove on the?
Yeah.
There's pictures of it. He
Green.
drove on
Yeah,
the
he did.
green in
I think
Japan.
it was his own. Oh, was it in Japan? I thought it was his own golf course.
I think he does it everywhere. He drives
he
wherever
just
he
doesn't
wants.
care.
He's like, I'm I'm the man.
Yeah.
But
he
like
is.
that's pretty unforgivable in Japan. Anywhere actually.
I think anywhere. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, hey, so going back to the PNC, are we going to call out some winners?
Yeah.
ooh,
Are you able to bring up
I've got the
the
list.
teams list?
Yep.
what have you got?
I can't share it.
You can.
Oh, it's on my computer, not on my.
Audio only.
Yeah.
Well,
I
tell
mean,
us. Give us a couple of names there, and we'll pick.
Well, you've got Immelman.
I don't care who he's going to say. You know who I'm going to pick.
I know who you're going to pick. You
Big
are-
Cat.
Who?
Hey, yeah.
Big
yeah,
Cat.
really? Tiger.
Tiger and Cub.
What's the format?
Isn't it
It's not.
different
Is it
on every
ultimate
day?
shot, or does it change? Does it?
No, it's best ball. I don't know if it's different every. I remember Charlie hit teeing off and then like telling Tiger just pick it up. Don't even take a
okay.
shot. Tiger would jump on the cart because he knew he'd smoked it
Right.
because he was playing off a different tee.
So best ball.
Yeah, I guess best ball. Is it all the way through best ball? I cannot remember.
I mean, it's got to be. Well, if
Must
that,
be.
yeah. Well, yeah. Tiger and Charlie have got to be the favourites, don't they?
We were talking about Nelly Corder and her dad
Yep. She's
last
there.
time. There could be a runner. Who else? I heard
Annika-
Padraig Harrington. Yeah, I
Yep, he's
mentioned him
there.
before. What
Yeah.
about
Annika Sorenstam played. I think her son's quite a good young player too.
JT's playing with his dad.
Oh, his
no,
dad's
JT's not
an old,
playing, I don't
isn't he?
think.
His dad's a golf pro. He played on the seniors tour. Might have played a little bit of stuff on the PGA
That's
tour
right.
as
I
well.
remember they definitely come top of the leaderboard.
Yeah. John Daly and his son. His son's a good player.
Vijay Singh. and
I'll
his
vote
son.
for them. I like John Daly.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
hilarious. Yeah.
Well, they won 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
I reckon Kelly Nolder's got a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Kelly.
Kelly, Nelly,
Nelly.
Kelly Nelly.
Kelly Nelly.
I'll say Tiger and Charlie. Really going
Has to
out
be
on a
Tiger.
limb, Joe.
Has to be Tiger.
Yep.
Yeah, because you know what he said the other day. He goes, "Oh, I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite ready yet," which means he is ready, and he is there.
Geez, does it? We mentioned it
always
last
does
week.
mind
He looks
games.
so fit at the moment.
He's just ripped. His
Isn't
upper
he?
body is like
Yeah. Yeah, he's
compared
been
to his
spending-
little two-pick leg.
Yeah.
So
Spending lots of time in the gym, hasn't he?
he is. Yeah. Don't skip leg day, Tiger.
That's right.
He should have got like a peg leg and just had like an iron like installed in his leg, so he's walking around on a golf club. That would have been cool.
That'd be a good old Happy
visual.
Gilmore moment.
Well, the problem is not the golf swing, right? It's just walking the course. So
Yeah.
if you do, that's what I'm saying. PNC is in a cart. Why wouldn't you pick Tiger?
Yeah. Yeah, you can still hit it.
Oh yeah. And Charlie
can't
seems
walk.
like he's getting bigger and he's
Bigger and stronger, and he's had some
competing.
wins this year. He's been playing really well.
Has he won?
Yeah, he's won a couple of things. I don't know
has,
what
yeah.
they are, but not hugely substantial wins, but
Nota's
he's doing
golf,
okay.
golf tournaments, right? That guy is Tiger's mate, Nota Begay.
Nota Begay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His golf tournament, I heard he's always playing those.
Okay. Shall I talk a little bit about what's been going on, which is actually not all that much, to be honest, at the moment?
Yep.
DP World Tour, I just want to make note of Sean Norris, who's a 7-time winner in Japan. He's playing over and he's at home at the Alfred Dunhill Championship at Leopard Creek Country Club. Mm-hmm. He won the JT Cup, which is the last tournament of the Japanese season, only 2 or 3 weeks ago. We did mention that. He won the tournament, won it by 1 shot over John Parry from the UK. So that's a good win from one of the great players who plays on the Japanese tour. He's 41 years old. He's sort of, in the last few years, he's just coming into his own. He's been only really playing well and winning tournaments for probably the last 5 or 6 years, and you'd probably call him a journeyman before that, but he's having amazing success. Yeah, a little bit like that. He still is pitching and chipping it backhanded. It's quite interesting to watch. So he gets over a certain distance and he goes to backhanding it because he's not all that comfortable or confident. Because I mentioned last week that he was putting it from 50 yards off the putting green in a couple of tournaments, but he's got his pitching sorted, and it's amazing. He pulls his club out, doesn't take a practice swing, puts the club in behind the ball, and it's probably only half a second before he's swinging the club away, just probably so the demons don't get in his head. So he's really not thinking about it. But he's pitched and chipped it really, really well, and he's won again. So I look for really, really big things for him, even in the majors next year, now that he's got his short game. Yeah. I really, really rate him. I've watched him a few times when he's been over here.
He's a big unit, isn't he?
He's enormous.
So he smashes it a long way.
Yeah, and just hits big high fades off the tee, really, really consistent. And he's a good putter. He's using the long putter and has used it for a while. But now the short game's under control. He's a factor. So good on him.
Yeah.
Guys, you probably wouldn't have followed this, but Japan's had great success in Q schools. So there's been the Q school for the PGA Tour and the ladies PGA Tour. There was 5 guys who qualified tour school for the PGA Tour, and Takumi Kanaya was one of them. He came third.
Oh, that guy comes up again. He's consistent, isn't he? Like he seems like
Kanaya.
Isn't he the one that was winning like all this year?
Correct. He won the money list in Japan, and he's been playing overseas. I think he's played in a few majors and he has a certain amount of starts on the PGA Tour, but now he's a full timer. So he's joining Hideki, Ryo Hisatsune, and there was another Onishi. What was his name? Oh, it's a young guy.
I always forget his name, but I wrote it down.
Yeah, I think it's Onishi. Have a look. So I think there's a handful of them over there this year, and I look for Kanaya to have a really big year because he's a superstar in the making. I think he's probably as good as Hideki. He was the world number 1 amateur. He's had a great few years here in Japan. Won the money list, and the Japanese media were interviewing him afterwards, and he was really very, very, very emotional.
Onishi,
yeah. So there's, as I said, a few good young players over there at the moment. So just watch this space. He's a terrific guy apparently, and a really good player. So that's exciting. And the ladies have absolutely killed it. So on the ladies LPGA, they played the Q school is 5 rounds, and it was won by Miyu Yamashita, who's a great player. She's won 14 times on the ladies.
This is Q school for...
This is Q school for the ladies...
For the LPGA.
LPGA in the US, yes.
She was like... I think last year she wasn't... She's definitely top 5 player in Japan, right?
She is, yeah.
She's very small.
Consistent winner. She shot 8 under in the last round to finish 27 under. She shot, 64.
Wow.
So she's come first, and Chisato Iwai came second at 21 under. And she's one of the twins, and her sister also made it. Aki Iwai finished at 16 under. She finished tied 5th. So the girls have done really well. And there was one other. Now, this is a name you may remember, guys. Saki Baba. She came tied 24th. So
she
top 25
she won the World Amateur.
Yeah, ladies US Amateur.
Ladies US Amateur 2 years ago?
Correct. Yeah. Well done, Kieran. Yeah, so she got in on the number. So 6 under got in, and she finished at 6. She shot 7 in the last round to squeeze in. So there's 5 ladies from the Japanese tour that have, and they've come 1st, 2nd, and 9th, which is really, really good. Yeah, and really, really good scoring. I mean, to finish 27 under in a Q school is fantastic playing. I got to mention one other thing. That Lanto Griffin, who won the PGA Tour Q school, is a Titleist staffer. So he's been on tour for quite a while, but he went backwards and wasn't playing all that well, but he's back. He shot 900 in the last round.
Wow.
To finish at 7 under to win it by 3. So, he's a big, strong guy. He's won a couple of times, but as I said, fell off tour, and now he's back. So that's pretty much it, guys.
What about the? Wasn't there a mixed event?
There was
happening on the weekend?
there was a mixed event which was won by young American and Paddy
No, it was
Tavatanakit.
It was the guy. What's his name?
Josh.
He was a bouncer.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it's just blonde-headed guy with
That's
a
how I
moustache
know
and the
him.
mullet.
That's terrible, but he's the guy who hits it like an absolute mile,
Yeah.
and he was a bouncer.
Yeah, that's right.
Working at,
I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
I
but
should know.
I seen the highlights of it. It looked really good.
Yeah, it was a good.
She
event.
played amazingly.
Yeah, she's a good player. So I didn't mention that because I was just got a little bit carried away with the Japanese players playing so well at Q School.
Nap. That's his
Josh Knapp. There you are. Yeah, he had a pretty
Knapp
good year.
and
He had a sneaky good year. Paddy
name. Tanakit.
Tanakit.
Tavatanakit.
They're tough names, those Thai names.
Wow. And then second place was Titikul and Kim.
Oh, yeah.
Third place was Batia and Kupcho. Henderson
Okay.
and Connors from Canada.
Yep.
Bautier and Pavon from France. And Coe and Day, Australia and New Zealand, respectively. That was the top 7.
Yeah, that was a pretty good field, to be honest.
Yeah, there's some good
field,
players. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed watching some of that.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Joe, but what is Q School?
It's a qualifying school every
Get
year.
on the
So
tour.
every tour, just to be able to get on the tour. So there's certain avenues you can. So let's say PGA Tour. There's a whole bunch of avenues you can get into the tour by not having to go through Q School. But if you aren't able to get onto the tour through those avenues, whether it's through Japanese Tour, or I think it was the top 10 on the DP World Tour, get a card, then you've got to go to Q School, which is a really, really harrowing experience. They do it in Japan. There's a Q School in Japan, which I think is 4 stages. So you've got to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I've caddied from stage 1 all the way through to stage 4, and you get to stage 4 and it's full of superstars, guys I've grown up watching. And that's usually 6 rounds, and it's very, very cutthroat and very pressurized. And, even as a caddy, it's really, really nerve wracking. Because this is their livelihood. It's in a putt here and a putt there can mean the difference between getting on tour and not having a job for next year. So Q School is renowned for being a really, really tough situation.
Wow. Sounds
For a
like
lot of
Top Gun or
players.
something like that.
It's exactly Top Gun. I've never thought of it like that.
Can I ask you, Joe, looking forward to 2025, and you play your debut on the Japan Senior Tour. Are you going to have to do Q School?
I'll have to go through Q School if I actually
When
decide
is
to
the
do it.
kicking off? No, I'm serious about this. We got to make it happen.
I've got no idea. So the odds,
You'd
I've got to tell you, I've been playing okay recently, and I played in that event on Friday, and I reckon I've got the yips with the putting. So we played at Sunno Hillcrest, which is just held I think it's the 3rd stage of Q School here, and the greens they're notoriously very, very hard and fast, but because they've just had Q School out there, even more so. And they had some pins in some pretty terrible positions, and I missed a couple of really, really short putts, and I felt actually a little bit jumpy, which is the first.
Kieran, this is our chance to play Joe.
A little bit jumpy.
Give
was
him
it, Joe?
confidence. Is that what you're saying, David? You want to give him confidence?
No, I don't want him
a
to.
couple of
If
left
he's
to
got the
righters
yips, I want to play him now.
down the hill, and a couple of times I didn't even hit the hole. And of course, I'm supposed to hole the putt. These 3 and 4 footers, and my playing partners are just looking at me with their mouths open, like, how did he miss that? I'm supposed to hole them, and I was just hitting the worst putts ever. It was pretty embarrassing.
Friday next week, Joe.
Yeah.
We need to get
Yeah.
him the piranha putter that Ryan's gaming right now.
Yeah. From
So
prototype.
I got that one. I had to putting yips. So the
I
thing
need to
weighs
do-
about a
I
half a
need to do
kilo,
something.
and it's just a straight down with a big, huge mallet. Just bang.
Yeah, I got a broomstick at home that I think I might bring out, or I've got to do something. I've got
I
to
can
hold
give
on
you-
to it like Scotty Scheffler or
A
something.
new grip or something. I
Yeah,
can
I
give you
gotta
a few
change it.
pointers if you want, Joe.
Thank you.
know, I could-
I'll see you after
Or
the
just
podcast.
get the LCBD going before you tee off.
But yes, I would have to go through Q School here. They have a seniors Q School because it's quite lucrative, the tour here. The
Yeah.
guys play for quite a bit of money, and there's a few events on there.
Well, we're just playing for a promotion of the brand, obviously.
You're gonna have to pay me a lot to be wearing this as
You can
well.
keep your prize money, mate.
Hey?
You can keep your prize money. We'll allow that.
Thanks.
Damon's gonna
Joe,
caddy for you.
I'll caddy for you, mate.
God.
It's 15, right, in the bag?
15 clubs. Do you remember that story with Ian Woosnam? Do you remember that? That was a British Open years ago. I think it was the year that Duval ended up winning it, and Woosnam was 1 or 2 off the lead going into the last round. The first hole at this particular golf course, which escapes my mind, is a par 3, and I think he had a birdie on the first hole. And he's got to the second tee box, and he's like a shot off the lead, and his caddy goes, "We've got an extra driver in the bag." And there's
driver.
Yeah. So he was practicing with 2 drivers on the driving range before the round. And there's footage on YouTube of Woosnam picking the driver out of the bag and throwing it and then saying something like, "You've only got one effing job to do and you can't even do that." And then so that's it. He ended up falling away a little bit after that, but he's ruined his tournament, ruined the opportunity for him to win.
Is that
an
an
Open.
automatic disqualification? DQ, man.
No, he gets. I think it's a 2-stroke penalty.
Two-stroke,
Two-stroke
yeah.
penalty. Yeah. Anyway, the same guy. I think his name was Miles Byrne. Was the caddy. The following week or 2 weeks later, when he's caddying for Woosnam, he's turned up late for the first round. So he kept him after that because Woosnam sort of said, "Look, it's his responsibility with the clubs," but he said, "At the end of the day, it's also my responsibility." So he gave him a bit of a leave pass for that, even though he ruined his opportunity to win the Open. But then he's rocked up the week later, late, and then he's given him the pink slip and don't come Monday.
Wow.
So poor buggy. You can actually
Be
look
warned,
it up.
Damon.
You can Google
That's
it.
what
It's
he's
quite.
saying. Moral of the
was
story
this
is-
a warning? Yeah.
Moral of the story is
That's
shit
right.
to get a dame off.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make sure
Yeah, I don't need the way I'm
two-stroke
putting.
kit.
I don't need those
Everything's ready to go.
2-stroke penalties, please.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've got you, man.
Oh, thank you.
So what are you going to do about your pudding, Wells? You're going to change it to the
No, I
broom
might go
pudding?
left-handed. Oh no, I've got to try something because it was
Shocking.
like a
It wasn't just
like
a
an
bad
electric
pudding day, it
shot.
was
No,
something-
there was something there. I had a few
Jesus.
coffees at lunchtime. I nailed a couple of coffees at lunchtime in the back 9. A couple of putts I hit on 10
twitchy?
and 11. Yeah, very.
Maybe
very
you got to
twitchy.
try that claw grip.
Irish
where you-
coffee.
I've got to do something.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
yep. I've got to hands around the other way or something. I got to change up something because it was diabolical. I hit a putt from about 20 feet. It was an uphill right to lefter that I left like 8 feet short.
You know, we do that crap all the time, though. All of us normal people. Welcome to our life, Joe.
Oh,
Sounds like a normal day on the course.
Karen, that sounds conspicuously you didn't say pro Joe. So that's what he's got to lose, though, right? He's pro Joe, not just Joe.
That's true.
I got to lift my game.
Pro Joe.
Yeah. Name change. Just
Demotion.
Joe.
Yeah. A title change. Yeah.
Just Joe.
Yeah,
Joke, Joe.
jeepers.
Jokahontas.
But I've got a sort of a bit of a shout out to Sunor Hillcrest, which is, David, did you ever play out there when you were a member?
No, I don't think so.
It's a Desmond Muirhead golf course. It's quite difficult to get to. It's only downside, but it's a really, really good track. And what
It's a
he's
great
got,
track, actually.
Yeah, that's right. We've had a couple of teabags events out there.
That's where we invented. That's where the
That's the first
the
time I
half
played.
swing.
Yeah,
That was the
that's
half
why
swing was
I played with
debuted
you. Yeah, and you commented on my hair, and you said all you need is a little bit of regrow.
regain.
What was it?
Regain.
Oh, regain. I thought you said regrow.
Sorry about that.
Anyway,
And then the half swing came
but
in.
that's right. That really cool golf course. Yeah, I think we've done 2 events out there so
So
far.
are you plugging Taiheo again?
Sorry, I've got to. No, I'm not.
He is.
I'm not saying anything
Can't
else.
stop it.
Yeah. What else have we got, guys? You got any games coming up?
I was supposed to play this week again, but because I'm going to Ireland the week after, I think I'm just too busy to get stuff done. And then I'll head off. And I might play when I go to Ireland, actually. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But we're going to try and get out, right, Joe?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, got a bit of time off.
Yep.
Yeah, over the new year. So I think things sort of shut down here, don't they? So typically businesses here will close from when?
28th,
28.
28th to the
5th.
yeah.
Okay, so 6th is the day. Yeah.
Come back.
Even a lot of the shops, like the golf shops and stuff like that, are closing like maybe the 30th to the 2nd.
Okay.
Something like that.
So that's good information for people to
Generally, the
probably
golf
know.
courses are open apart from the 1st. Most
Okay.
golf
No,
courses
they're
are
open on the 1st, mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's only one day. Well, I don't know, but our golf course, we take one day off. I think it's February 2nd or something, which
Okay.
is, there's some significance in that. But that's the only day we take off for the whole year.
Yep. A lot of other courses are closed on the 1st.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That'd be a lot of grumbling
Probably
employees.
the ones that are making money, probably.
Yeah, I think in Australia it's only Christmas Day that golf courses are closed.
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, working on January 1st would be unheard of, right? Like that would be like sacrilege. I'm sure there's a lot of people who would be grumbling about that. So you'd get all the second-rate caddies on that day, I guess,
No,
if you go.
Yeah, they probably got paid. They probably get paid a little bit more, though.
That's true.
Maybe.
Yeah. One other thing, did you see the rebirth of Reebok?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I did
Golf.
with Bryson, right?
Yeah.
They sponsored Live. Oh, how could we
Yeah.
forget Live? Damon, hold your head in shame.
I've never forgotten about that.
So Reebok have come and said, not only are we going back into the golf world, we're going to sponsor who are they? The Jokers, the Five Aces. What are they?
Oh, is that what they're doing? They're sponsoring the whole team. I thought it was
Shambo's team.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good idea. It used to be such an iconic brand back in the day because Norman used to wear it. That was through the 90s, and it was big time.
So aren't they owned by Adidas at the moment?
I think they've been sold a few times, but they could be. I'm not sure. But it was a great band back in the day, and actually some of his kit actually doesn't look too bad. It's sort of very nostalgic. Some of the shoes that he's wearing at the moment, I reckon I had a pair of similar to those when I was about 12 years old. The designs are sort of the same, but the rebirth.
So are they going to do? Are they doing footwear? I presume they're doing footwear in I
think a full kit. Yeah.
Have they released any?
Yeah.
Products?
If you
there were some on his shoes.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, anything to do with the Shambo now is marketing gold, isn't it? That guy's just one of the most popular guys on YouTube now.
Yeah. You probably don't need a whole lot of people.
He's like the Rogan of golf.
He is. He's the man.
Breaking
He's got lots
50.
of eyeballs.
The Crushers, by the way. Yeah.
The Crushers. Yeah.
Crushes.
What a crap name. Sorry.
It is.
The Crushers. What? Well, I suppose you're crushing drives. Yeah. Okay. Crushing.
Yeah. I was talking with Joe though, like DeChambeau when he drives. I mean, it's like I was went to the range, so I was practicing, so I was looking at things like, oh, how do different people do it? He looks like a mess when he drives, though. It's just like, it's just all over the place. But
it's like the long drivers, actually.
Yeah, it's a controlled mess.
Yeah, it is a controlled mess. That's for certain. But man, it's like he's all over the place and like lifting up his foot, which I was told not to do, and but it works.
If you look at the long drive guys, that's what they do, but that's not like the regular.
No, Kyle Berkshire is a guy to look at. I mean, he just creates the most unbelievable amount of clubhead speed. He's the Canadian guy with the long hair.
How can he not be on tour though? Because he hits it like 400 yards.
Yeah, but he hits it sideways as well. You got to remember in those long drive competitions, they have a certain amount of shots, and they only need one to go on that grid. It might be 10 shots as long as they get one in that area. And generally the other 9 go sideways because there's so much speed. And
but he could take it down a notch and still be longest driver on tour, you know?
He could.
I think overall he's a really good golfer.
He's a good, he's a proper player.
He hits all shots.
Yeah, but he's not silly as well. I think he's making a nice living doing what he's doing. I think he's got some really good sponsors, and he seems like he's got his head screwed on properly. So I'm sure he's doing really well. He's not the caliber to make big money on any of the big tours. He might succeed on one of the smaller tours, but I'm a fan of his. I think he's good. I think he's good for the game. He creates lots of interest.
Yeah, I follow him on Instagram, and I mean, he always puts up, watch me play this hole kind of thing, and he just smashes a drive, and then he's just chipping on with a wedge, and it's a par 5. I think it's an eagle.
Yeah.
Or a birdie at least. Every time. So I'm just thinking, why aren't you on tour, dude? Why?
Yeah. So, Ryan, I would say probably don't watch Bryson so much.
Yeah. Who do you think is the best, what's the best swing in golf?
Look, Rory's very good. Oberg, the young Swedish fella.
Oh,
I quite like
that's
watching him.
swing.
Classically, Adam Scott, you can't go past Adam Scott. And I think always in terms of technique, the best technique I've ever seen is Tiger. By far, he just does everything properly. Back in the day when he was, even now, he still looked pretty good. But back in
Freddie
2000,
Couples, come on, he has to be in there for
Freddie smooth,
smooth swing. Man.
Yeah,
that's my idol.
Yeah, great tempo. Yeah, technique-wise, is pretty good. But I would say probably, Tiger for me. Tiger or Adam Scott.
Who would you say your swing is closest to?
Who's got a short swing? Short but very powerful.
Jack Nicklaus. Right now.
Actually, some people have said Tom Watson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just there's a couple of sort of
swing.
video.
Sorry, you're comparing yourself to Tom Watson.
I'm comparing my golf swing.
Yeah, I think I'm actually, just because maybe genetically similar to Padraig Harrington.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damon. I think.
Laura Davies.
No, I think Damon actually, this would be only for the driver, mind you, but I would say Greg Norman.
Oh, Damon's got really, really good...
He's got the Greg Norman vibe, doesn't he?
What, tall and blonde? He's got really good tempo. Really good tempo. Yeah.
He needed it yesterday.
He needed birdie to finish you off.
He got 3 birdies in his round, didn't he? 3 birdies.
I did.
3 birdies. That's good. I have to get a putting lesson.
We won't talk anymore about the scores, though. But it was hard going yesterday.
You used a word there, Joe, like tempo. What do people mean by that? Because I had someone tell me like, oh, get some good tempo going. But I mean, you only swing once. So I don't understand like what they mean by tempo.
I think it's just when all the body parts and the golf club, everything sort of looks in sync. When you watch someone like, who is the famous 100-meter runner that's just Usain Bolt? When you watch him run, great rhythm and great tempo, looks sort of effortless. And then you've got other people that don't look like that. I think it's just something obviously innate that you have in you. And some people have got great tempo and others don't. There's what they call swingers and hitters. There's people who really swing the club. I would call Tiger Woods is probably in golf, so probably a hitter. Hits the ball very hard. Bryson would definitely be a hitter. And then you've got someone like Adam Scott who's got beautiful tempo and rhythm who would be more of a swinger. Or Payne Stewart's very much a swinger. So it just looks great, graceful versus somebody that's
Paul
that's not
Casey,
so.
great swing.
Yeah, beautiful lines. Yeah, really good
Paul
technique.
Casey's very
good. Very, very
Because he's
good.
pretty small, but he hits it long, and I'm surprised he didn't get more success in his.
He got to I think he got to number 3 in the world, and he
was so good.
He was, almost won one of the majors. I can't remember what it was, but good player.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Brian? Like sort of elegant.
I guess so.
It's kind of flowy.
Like your explanation makes sense, but as advice, like it makes less sense now because it's sort of like how could you control that, or how is that something where it's like, hey,
you can't. You either
a lot of it's the backswing.
You can't learn it. It's
the
just
backswing's
something
not rushed. It's not too slow. It's not too fast.
Correct.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
So everything looks like like you're speeding up at the correct times.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're not slowing down at the incorrect times. If you know what I mean, it's like a nice forward and through.
Yeah,
back and through.
Well, since Damon's played with me, he probably makes sense to him because I have like a real kind of jerky kind of because I'm still just sort of figuring it out. So it's like there's definitely a jerky movement to the way I do it. So yeah, I guess it connects.
Tempo relates to me. I always think of it in the putting stroke, back and through.
Sure.
Nice and smooth, like a pendulum.
Yep.
You're not jerking. There's none of that. You're just pushing it or whatever.
Yeah, Brad Faxon, Lauren Roberts are two guys who always have beautiful tempo with their putting.
Tiger.
Like to change it. Yeah, Tiger. Ben Crenshaw. Yep. Change of direction from back to sort of the downstroke is nice and smooth. It's not jerky. Like Freddie Couples was always very short and jabby. Although his golf swing is long and flowy, his putting stroke was...
He was doing the jabby.
He was.
He was the jabber.
Yeah, the very unusual.
But he was a very
putting
successful
stroke.
putter, wasn't he? Over his career?
Great putter, and used the same putter forever.
My goodness! But it's don't try this at home.
Yeah,
kind of a putt. But amazing.
It was. Yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry. Did you? I know you're playing in Okinawa, Damon. Have you any golf?
Yeah, Joe and I.
We're going out for a hit over the new year sometime.
That's nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably go out to Tama Hills or something.
I'd like to go there. I haven't played there yet.
Yep.
I'll make sure.
I was actually just on the phone to them just before.
Oh, is that who you were calling about?
Christmas
if they're open
Day and the 1st they're closed.
Okay.
Otherwise, all open.
Okay.
Sweet as. Yeah, we probably organise our game when we our a scramble game. I suppose we call it. Is it an 18-hole or 9-hole? I feel that sometimes in videos you watch an 18-hole scramble, it could be over before it's done. So maybe a 9-hole.
Yeah, 9-hole.
9-hole scramble.
Yeah. I don't think people are going to watch it for 18 holes, are they?
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Highlights only. Yeah.
I could really watch myself play 18 holes like from my own school.
We'll have to get very creative with the camera angles at some point.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Only flattering.
So where are we going to do it?
Could do it up in one of our places. I was going to say Taihea, but I think they've got enough promotion from us
to mention that
for a lifetime.
Yeah, but Kieran, we should go up to one of your golf courses and do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, be good. They're cold up there, but we'll struggle on.
Yeah.
It's not golf, but I heard that we might be going for some pre-holiday drinks this weekend, though, or this Friday. That would be good.
'Tis the season to be jolly.
Yeah, it is.
People.
Here.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that. We haven't had our bonin-kai, as the word is in Japanese. Bonin-kai.
Forget the year party. Yeah, forget the year. And then, welcomed in by a new year party.
Shininkai scramble.
That sounds good.
Okay. All right, boys. Well, thanks very much. And thanks for all of your hard work in 2024. We haven't quite done a year podcast yet. I think that the anniversary is in February. But thank you very much for 2024 and looking forward to 2025. So thanks very much.
Merry Christmas.
Big shout out to all the listeners as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for following us and stay tuned next year.
Big shout out to Ranjay living in Goa, who's also listening. He's one of my peeps from way back in the day. Used to play golf together.
Hey, Ranjay.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing much golf these days, but good for him. All right, lads. Thanks very
All
much.
right, guys.
Sayonara.
See
Happy
ya.
holidays.
See you.
Happy holidays.